Hello, my name is Ilona and I'm going to take a look at the Georgia Guidestones. Very interesting. It's a monument, at least it was a monument that was built in Elbert County, Georgia in the United States, but it has been destroyed. And this is very interesting. There are a lot of theories about what this monument is about, but on the monument there are like 10 guidelines. One, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Two, guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. Three, unite humanity with a living new language. Four, rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. Five, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. 6. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. 7. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. 8. Balance personal rights with social duties. 9. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. 10. Be not at dis-ease on the earth. Leave room for nature, leave room for nature. This is very interesting because, of course, the theories were, and I do believe that this is actually a monument from the dark energies, showing what they're actually about and what they want in on Earth. And they always make it seem very like that it's very noble what they're doing. They use these noble terms, but in the meantime, they have a completely different agenda. That's what they're doing all the time. We have free will, so they need our permission. But in their minds, if they just manipulate or just not let people know what's really going on, they've gotten permission. So because we didn't reject this, no one stepped up and said, no, we don't want this. They're like, yeah, we've got permission. And that's what they do with all these rituals. It's a way of getting permission. If no one says something about it or not says no specifically, then they're like, oh, we've got the permission. It's very manipulative and it's a very sneaky way of getting things done. Just like with the wasp sting, they of course, how to say that, the media were like, this is very safe, it's been tested, there's nothing wrong with it. So a lot of people just thought, oh, then this will be good for me or this will be good for my family. And that's how they got the permission, because people got it voluntarily. It's very interesting difference there. So that's why I'm always like, how are they going to do that mandatory ultimately? So I've always had a feeling that it's very tough for them to get that mandatory, because of course then you will get a resistance and then you are actually crossing free will. But let's face it, they have crossed free will for a very long time and it stops right now. At least that's how I see it. It's gone on long enough and we need to take back our energies. We've given away our energies and it's now about taking it back and stepping into our own authority. So I'm just going to take a look at the energy of the Georgia Guidestones that have been destroyed. And to me it's a sign that the Whiteheads give a very, very important signal to the dark energies. It's done. You're done. But we're going to see what the cards will have to say about that. We have the Hanged Man. We have the Three of Swords for the central card. We have Justice in the past. We've got the Queen of Swords underneath the central card. We have the Five of Wands. So that's interesting. And the Six of Wands. So I think this was about a very old pain. I do see this as a symbol for the dark energies, where they announced to the world what they were really planning, what they had in mind, what their agenda was. And no one disagreed with them. So they're like, well, we've got permission now. That's how they program. That's how they get the permission, right? Bringing it in another way so people have no idea what it really means. And because no one rejects it or no one opposes it, then it means that they have the permission. This is about very old pain. And it's been standing still. I think this has been in the works for quite some time. And it's finally there that they've destroyed it. It's a clear signal. We need a completely different perspective. We need to move away from this old system. It's also very important to see what is true, what isn't true. So discernment is very important. If I'm not mistaken, there's even a time capsule underneath this monument. So I'm very interested if that's going to come out and if more truths will come out, what's in that time capsule. So I hope we're going to hear about that as well, but we'll have to wait and see. But this is about discernment. This is also about what do we watch? Where do we focus on? All these monuments, all these things they've built or made, rituals, we've all participated, whether we did it consciously or unconsciously, we have participated along with that. And it's important that we separate us from these energies, from these dark energies, and not giving away our powers anymore. This is the near future. This is the 5 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. So there's going to be some, I'm not sure, this is usually some struggle about what's happening. Maybe we won't get the time capsule, maybe things will come out, but it will lead to some hustle. Maybe some people will go there, maybe protest, or I'm not sure what this is about, but there's going to be some hustle about what happened with the Georgia Guidestones. But there will be victory. This is the card of victory. And I think this is a clear sign that the Whiteheads are showing, you know, we are ultimately in control. The dark energies still have some power on a very minor scale, so they can still do some things, but they are losing it and they have already lost. And that's why the Guidestones were destroyed, as a clear signal that that has ended, that era has ended. Now I'd like to take a look at Australia and the energy of Australia. There is so much going on there. There's a lot of floods going on there. I have a feeling that there are still some dark energies are trying to create chaos and a mess, because I really do feel that, oh, let's see, it's just dropping out. We have the 9 of Cups, which is like a wish card. So this is interesting. I do believe that things are ending, or how to say it, cleaning up. The cleanup in Australia is kind of towards the end, but it's almost like they're still trying to hold on. But I'm just going to see what the energies will have to say about what's going on in Australia. Let's see. We've got the Judgment. The central card is the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the 9 of Pentacles in the past. We've got the High Priestess. And for the future we have the Page of Cups and the 2 of Wands. So this is interesting. This card is about a wish of fulfillment. So I think a lot of people are really tired of what's going on there. I'm sure a lot of people there in Australia. My heart goes out to all these people that are, you know, in horrible situations. Like I've said yesterday in my video, they're really putting it on thick there. You can really see the dark puppets there coming out. But I think things are going to change. I think people really long for this return to enjoying their life. So I think it is towards the end of things there. So I think things are cleaning up. This is about a cleanup. This is about transformation. This is about evaluation. I think it's still happening. They're still working on things. So I do think the dark energies are trying to create some chaos. Maybe they still have some weather control on a very minor scale, but enough to flood or create rains. I do believe that the Whiteheads probably are using this as well to still clean up things, because there was a lot going on beneath Australia. A lot of tunnels. Of course, they had this in mind that something awful was going to happen, which was also mentioned on the guides, on the Georgia Guidestones. Yeah, it was actually made guidelines. If something happens, horrible happens, then these were the guidelines people would have to follow afterwards. So they had in mind to, one of their plans, if everything wasn't going the way they wanted to, was to destroy pretty much everything on Earth, and they would go underneath Earth, and especially in Australia. They really, how to say, there's a stock up on a lot of things underneath Australia. So there's a lot of tunnels, a lot of dumps, so much going on there. So I think they're still working out, trying to clean up, but it's going in the right direction. I do believe that we're reaching the end there of the cleanup, but it's still going to be tough. This is about health. This is about balance. This is about the love for earth, because this is also the element of earth. So that's what this is about, but it's still unclear. There's still some secrecy. I do believe that the black cats and the dark energies are still trying certain things and to create chaos. We have those dark puppets still walking around, but to me it feels like things are changing. But it's still not, you can't really see it. You just see the chaos, unfortunately. For the near future, there will be a new opportunity for people to connect, but it will still feel like there's not much results coming. But I do believe, especially with this card, things will change. Things will change, but it will take some time. And so it will still feel like nothing's going on, and the puppets are still walking around like, what's going on? We're not moving forward. There is movement, but you still can't see it yet. It takes time, but things are changing. This is really about cleansing. A lot of cleansing needs to be done in Australia. They had a lot of things in mind, the dark energies for Australia. So there's a lot of things that need to be done. So that's the energy of Australia, and I also want to take a look at the energy of the United States of America. I've seen on Telegram channels that there's been talk that maybe the Supreme Court is going to overturn or at least reject the results of November 2020. Of course, that would be amazing, but we'll have to wait and see if that's going to happen or not. But I do want to take a look at the United States of America. What is the energy now? What's going on? Because so much is going on there. I already mentioned there's been another country that has rejected the results of November 2020. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Supreme Court is going to come out with something, but we have to wait and see. Let's see the energy of the United States. We've got the Fool. The central card is the Ace of Pentacles. That is a yes. So that could be a yes on that there probably are going to come out. Maybe not this week, maybe next week, but that there's probably something happening with the Supreme Court. We get another yes, Ace of Wands in the past. We have the Devil card underneath the central card. So that's very interesting. We've got the Knight of Cups for the future and the Two of Wands. So I'm just going to take another card. I do see this card the entire time, so I'm going to take the Tower because things will collapse ultimately. So I do feel that this is like a yes on are they going to come out or not. We don't know when, so we'll just have to leave it at that. But I do have a feeling that the results are going to be rejected. And then, of course, this will be this will really bring the dark energies to light. This will bring in a completely new energy. We've got the Fool and we've got the Devil as the influences on the central card. So this really will bring out the dark energies to the forefront. There will be no escaping from the light. No escaping. So I do believe that that will be massive. If that's going to happen. But just in the United States, there is so much coming out there now that they already are putting a light on the dark energies. People are really truly seeing what's going on. So much is coming out from the wasp sting about what happened in November 2020. Really, people are waking up. This is about showing the dark energies and how far they've infiltrated everything. This is really about showing, so people will finally begin to understand. And of course, it's up to the people themselves and up to everyone themselves whether they're going to do something about that or not. But there's so much happening. This is really about a new start, a real new start for the United States of America. So I think this is beautiful. For the near future, something will be presented, but it will still be very much like, is something going on or not? What will the results be? But ultimately it will lead to a complete collapse of the old systems. I truly believe that the old system will completely collapse in all kinds of ways. It could be very dramatic. It could be the scary event. We just don't know. But things are happening there that will be very, in a way, frightening for people that have no idea what's going on. Of course, for the people that know what's going to happen, this will not be that frightening and people will be prepared for that. But it will seem like not much is going to happen. Like it's a bit like maybe things will come out and then like, well, what is the result? What's going to happen now? And then suddenly it's going to collapse and everything is just falling to, you know, like a card house. It's like a house of cards. It just falls down. So I think we can expect a lot of things in the USA. There's so much going on in the energy. I'd like to leave it at this and hope to see you in another video. Bye.